Today's lesson is a big one. I had planned for this for the sixth grade culminating project this year, but obviously our plans have been waylaid. We were going to use this huge paper, like 24 by 36 inches, and I was going to offer a variety of supplies like oil pastels, India ink, watercolors, collage materials, markers, colored pencils, whatever students wanted to use and try out. So anyway, I'm opening this project up for the older kids, and the beauty of this project is that you can use whatever materials you have available to you at home. For my exam today, I'm going to use blank paper, pencil and eraser. I'm going to actually skip straight to the juicy Sharpie, and then my favorite colored pencils. But you can use whatever coloring utensils you'd like at home. This lesson also uses all of the elements of art: line, shape, space, value, form, texture, and color. It hits all of them. We'll be drawing a dragon eye for today's lesson. The beauty of this lesson from a creative standpoint is that there's no such thing as a dragon. You can use your imagination to create. If you make what you consider to be a mistake, it doesn't matter because there's no right or wrong. It's an imaginary creature. Now, the basic shape of a dragon eye could be similar to animals that we find in nature now. Let's take a look at some close-ups of animal eyes and see if you can guess what animal they belong to. Now let's think about some features a dragon might have. Scales, feathers, strange pupil shapes, odd eyelashes. So many fun decisions. First, we'll draw the shape of the eye. Now, I want to use up as much of this paper as possible. And again, there's no actual right or wrong to how you draw this shape of your eye, so I'm kind of just winging it here. So nice and big, and I'm going to pull that around like this. So here is the shape of the eye, and then I want to draw in some eyelids. Don't want their eyes to dry out, do we? Even some bottom lids. After that, we'll choose a scale or feather shape and draw around the eye to create some sort of texture. Continue drawing while varying the shapes and sizes of the scales or feathers. Remember, variety is the spice of life. It's more interesting to have a variety of small, large, and medium-size scales. And last, for designing your eye, you're going to come up with some sort of original eye shape to come in the middle. Your eyes might look something like the resource that I have here, or you can completely come up with your own. I'm going to do those parenthesis marks to make it look kind of like the eyelids covering the top of that iris. Maybe your dragon doesn't have that iris shape. Maybe it just is all one shape. Last, for the drawing part, you're going to use your Sharpie. You could even use a thick black crayon or a fatter marker than this and trace over some of your lines. Well, if you use pencil, you trace over some of your pencil lines, obviously, if you went straight to Sharpie. And I want you to think about variety again and about lines. And some of your lines could be super thick and some could be really thin. So have some fun with playing with your line width. So now I have a basic design done. I have some thick lines and thin lines. I added a few more little details in here. You could also even add in eyelashes or some sort of fun eyelash detail like that. I chose to skip that. Now we're going to move on to the fun part, coloring. To create gradations and volume in our drawings, today we're going to use analogous color schemes. Those are colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, usually at least 3, sometimes 4 colors next to each other on the color wheel. They usually match well, they create serene and comfortable designs. Analogous color schemes are often found in nature and are harmonious and pleasing to the eye. So for instance, these 3 blue colors are directly next to each other on the color wheel, as well as these warmer colors To make a gradation, you need to use colors in a certain order. It's a progressive transition from one color to another, so choose neighboring colors or close colors on a color wheel. You could also use the same color, for example, a gradation of dark blue to light blue. Now, to create the effective volume using colored pencils, you're going to make sure that you're not coloring in straight lines. You're going to be coloring around the shape of the space that you are coloring. And again, you are using those analogous colors in the correct order according to the color wheel. So next, when we're going to color our dragon eye, I want you to think of each of these sections as an opportunity to use analogous colors. So for instance, I'm going to choose these three colors that go together for the inside part of this eye. I might choose these three colors to do the eyelid. Each of these scales might be three analogous colors, three colors that go together. I'm going to speed this up and show you what I come up with. So if I were to put on my future glasses, your artwork might look something like this. There are all kinds of different options and ways that you could be creative with this project, and I hope you give it a try, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.